Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I yet again once more appear to have done a thing, and that thing is a bit of a grind for Lady Deathstrike. I wasn't sure. I was thinking of not doing the round 1 because I knew that I'm gonna miss basically most of the first day, which I also did. Because yeah, I started grinding at Friday morning basically, and I was quite delayed, and I also didn't do any of this grind on stream because, again, I had no real idea whether I will or will not be able to finish it, and who knows how it would work out. But over the course of the days and the weekend, I did manage to sneak in enough rounds in between, obviously, all the July 4th craziness and all that other stuff, and I ended up putting 156 million. I didn't use any units at all this time around. I did use like some regular champion boost to just kind of speed it up, obviously with that Sigil Express arena. And well, having a big roster obviously does help, because if you can put up like 20 million or a bit above 20 million in a round, then that's quite solid. So yes, I ended up grinding for Lady Deathstrike, and it's kind of funny because I claimed her and ranked her up in the morning video that I was trying to record, but my screen kind of cut off. So here she is already ranked. I did take her to SIG 200 as well, and to rank 4 straight away. Now, I can technically take her, no, not technically, I can take her to rank 5, as we can see by that arrow there, pointing upwards and fully blue colored. I do not know if I will, though. I do really need to figure out which tech champion I will end up taking to rank 5 next. I do have tier 6 class catalysts for another 2 or 3 rank ups, but I really do not have tier 6 basics and tier 3 alphas, which I do feel like is going to be a bottleneck for a lot of players, because it was a bottleneck for over a month already before these July deals, and now that everybody's done a lot of rank ups, it still is a bottleneck, and you really want to get more of those tier 6 basic, tier 3 alphas, and yeah, I just have a feeling that that will be quite a major hindrance. Now, as for the reason why I took her to SIG 200, it's mainly the increased potency of her raptures, her armor up, because raptures are a major part of her damage, as we know. And the other ability I'm not particularly fast, but you know, it does look quite helpful. I do have quite high hopes for the character, especially for the week 3 and 4 meta this season, because she does take 90% less damage from incoming bleeds, even though her willpower mastery is reduced by 50%. That does mean she will be able to basically block and deal with those bleeds very easily. As well, on top of it, she does have access to a very easy heal block, finishing a combo with her medium, and that's what the next meta is pretty much going to be all about. And obviously the fact that she cannot have her ability accuracy modified against mutants makes her an excellent domino counter. And yeah, I do think that I do not know for further than that in the future, but specifically for the next meta, I think she's going to be an amazing champion, and that is the primary reason why I wanted her. And I definitely plan on using her in the next meta. So let's see how she deals in the Realm of Legends level fights, and then we're going to drag her in 6.41. However, I do want to ask people if you know slightly chunkier health pools, something around 230, 250k range, where we can find like a very basic vanilla fight. Please do let me know, because I do think that Deadpool and Venom the Duck are a little bit too, well, too light. Now that people are moving on to rank 2 7 stars and rank 5 6 stars at the top end of the battlegrounds, I think we need to start testing on slightly larger health pools, which, you know, are somewhere in between that Deadpool and his Realm of Legends fights. But using her is actually super simple. The entire point is you just want to build up to about 2.5 bars of power, and whilst you do so, you can block freely. That's kind of like one of the big things as well. As you are building her up, you can block as much as you want. It does not matter. The whole non-blocking thing only matters as soon as you enter Ferocity. So now that we are at 70 charges, I want to bait out this level 1, and then I'm going to go for full combo, enter Ferocity, and drop my level 2, and that's basically going to extend my Ferocity and give me 2 blocks. And with that, now I can just basically spam level 1s, and as we can see, we're keeping our health full. If only that Winter Soldier throws the special. But yeah, as we can see, even though we use special attacks, we are healing quite significantly from the Liquid Courage debuff. And that poison is keeping us topped up pretty much the entire time. It also makes our nanobots more potent. And now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and use 2 level 1s in quick succession, thus quite significantly extending the duration of my Raptures. And with that, we can see, well, unfortunately, we didn't overlay both of them quite well enough, but those Raptors are putting in quite significant amount of work, and now the entire fight is going to be over with basically 1 level 2, and was it 2 or 3 level 1s? So it took 1 minute and 38, so it's definitely not the fastest amount. The hit count is also somewhat inflated, due to, obviously, her having 7 hits on a basic combo and quite a lot of hits on her special attacks. But I do find her like super easy and intuitive to use, to be honest. There was quite a lot of talk on her being like a complex character to use. I think in vast majority of the fights that will not be the case at all, because it's as basic as it gets. Get to your level 2, drop that level 2, and then just spam level 1s, and you have like two blocks that you can award yourself. You do not have to necessarily dex opponent's special attacks as well, because you can just at times eat them to the face due to her nanobot healing, which is something that I'm going to try and showcase here. We can see that we barely took any damage. And if we have more armor ups than that, it's, basically even more safe. And if you are running Recall Mastery, even if you do end up taking some meaningful amount of damage, then, it does recover over time anyways. So here we are. We can be relatively aggressive with these as well, even if she does decide to throw a special attack in our face, because again, we would be healing up majority of the damage there. And then we just keep spamming our level 1s. And I also find it very interesting how her willpower regen is kind of scaled pretty much perfectly with recovering of recoil. Because you do not get to heal a ton if you spam your level 1s, but you do recover all of the recoil damage pretty much. So this one was 1 minute 26 with class disadvantage. And that's also one of the interesting things, because a lot of her damage is tied to Raptures, obviously. And the potency of Raptures is determined by her armor rating. So stuff like class disadvantage does not really matter that much to her. It will reduce the attack of your basic attacks, but it will not affect the amount of damage you deal with your Raptures. Quite cool mechanic where, a lot of your damage is kind of like coming from a source besides your attack or original values. And you can increase it with increasing some different stats that normally doesn't really matter at all for the damage. Right, now moving on, some of the shorter fights, obviously here. The main principle of Lady Deathstrike definitely is going to be one of the best domino counters in the game. But I am quite confident that she will do quite well in kind of like generic situations as well. I actually didn't even use Striker in any of the previous fights, but, that's not here or there. So the entire point is, because we actually want opponent to be healing more, and then we can inflict more damage. So you do not need to worry about baiting out special attacks from Deadpool super quickly. And now that we are here, as we can see, this level 2 is pretty much going to finish the deal here. Yeah, and that's a single level 2. That's why I'm saying that, this fight's 39 seconds, about as short as they come, more or less. It's hard to do much quicker than, get to level 2 and finish off the fight. And again, with class disadvantage here, her damage output will not be reduced by any meaningful margin. So we're gonna do the standard rotation, and I think this is going to be better showcase because she's gonna get to her level 2, and she will probably need that level 1 also to finish. And here we are. We just need to get to our ferocity, which is 75 charges once for us to enter. So after this combo, we are in ferocity. Drop a level 2. Basically give yourself some more safety net. Get hit by accident. Okay, that wasn't great. That was not great. That definitely was not planned. But apparently I cannot parry today. And then that level 1 obviously is going to pretty much finish her off. I did obviously screw this fight up, but you can do it in just about the same time, in about like 40 some seconds, which is fast enough. This time it was 57, but you can definitely do it faster than that. So speed-wise, okay, let's try one more time, and let's try do it properly. Hopefully I do not mess anything up this time around. I do think she's kind of like fast enough, and she does have a ramp up potential to a point where she is very viable in longer fights as well, because as you are accumulating hits on your combo meter, you gain those passive armors, which do help you with damage in longer fights. So she does have a bit of a ramp up mechanic as well. As far as her on defense goes, I'm not too sold on her. Truth be told, I don't think she's going to be a particularly troublesome defender. But here we can see that this level 2 is already overkill if you do play it aggressively enough. And it was 28 seconds. 28 seconds is definitely very, very, very fast. And now let's see if we can do this fight in any meaning, better than 50 some seconds. Come on then, let's head up. We got our 7 raptures, we got our intercept, sweet, finish combos with mediums, even though in this fight it's not particularly needed. Nice intercept there. Need to go. This will put me in ferocity. Now I can use my level 2. And this will definitely finish the job. Especially we get to use relic now. Don't even need that level 1, I think, but we're gonna activate it. But that entire level 1, gratuitous. And this fight lasted 47 seconds. So 47 seconds with class disadvantage against 200k health pool. I don't think that's too bad at all. Right. So here we are. That is Lady Deathstrike. I will be making more proper guide to Lady Deathstrike as well, but I'm kind of currently thinking whether to do it, whether to do new guides as champions come out within like a week or two, or to do it like I did last time when a featured 6-star crystal drops, because then majority of the people get access to those champions. Let me know which one you prefer, and also do not forget to let me know which quest you can find a good kind of like a vanilla test fight for, about 250, 240k health pool opponents, because those are the health pools that are more realistic in Battlegrounds now. But that will be it for today's video. Let me know if you grinded for Lady Deathstrike. Where did you place? How are you liking her? I already have seen several people that did take her to rank 5. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how well she kind of establishes herself in the game, because she, on the one hand, looks fairly basic, but on the other hand, I think she has just the right abilities to make her a very, very good champion. So I'll catch you guys soon. See you later. Bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about